part 2 of CBD, and we're going to talk more about the endocannabinoid system, the ECS, and we're going to define it. We're going to describe it. We're going to tell you about the parts of it. So here, let's just dive right in and jump into it. I know this is going to be a long video than I like, but there's a lot of stuff to cover. It's pretty technical, so hopefully you stick with me and hopefully you understand it. So here it is. All right. The endocannabinoid system is made up of 3 parts. It's made up of the endocannabinoids, the receptors, and the enzymes. And that's all there is to it. That's all the 3 parts that you have. And like I said before yesterday, if you didn't watch it, go back and watch it yesterday. You'll find out a lot of stuff that we aren't going to repeat here. But the ECS is found in all 11 major physiological systems in the body. It's found in the endocrine system, the lymphatic system, the cardiovascular system, the what else didn't I say? The respiratory system, the circulatory system. It's found in the skeletal system, the reproductive system, and whatever other system I didn't mention, it is found in there. It's found in the gut, the immune system, and the digestive system. I don't know. I'm sure I forgot 1 or 2, but it's found in all those systems. And the main goal of the ECS, it does a lot of things only to reach this one goal, and that is to maintain homeostasis, which is that balance, So it's like I said before, it's like Goldilocks in the 3 bears. So this porridge is too hot, this is too cold, this one's just right. Well, the just right is homeostasis. This bed is too hard, this one's too soft, this one's just right. That is homeostasis in a nutshell. Okay. So, in the endocannabinoid system, the receptors are CB1 and CB2. How about that? That's not very surprising, huh? So anyway, CB1 is found in the brain, the spinal cord, and in the nervous system. And it is for appetite, memory, for reducing pain. And the CB2 receptor is found on a bunch of cells, like in the immune system and other places. And it is for reducing inflammation. And so inflammation is your body trying to repair something that has been damaged. That is inflammation. And sometimes it kind of goes wild and you get inflammation where there is no damage. And that is the whole part of disease. And so like yesterday we talked about the endocannabinoids, and today I don't know if we gave a name yesterday, but we're gonna give them a name today. It's anandamide and 2-AG, and those are the 2 endocannabinoids. Okay. And anandamide is the bliss molecule. It's what you get when you get a runner's high. And it is good for things like memory and stuff like that. And most of that is in your brain, the anandamide. Okay. I'm gonna mess these words up. I'm not good at the pronunciation pronouncing these words that I haven't heard of or seen before. And not very many people say them. So probably messing them up. And you can have a good laugh at it because I'm going to have one. All right. And so CBD supplements, which are phytocannabinoids, help your ECS produce more endocannabinoids, and sometimes a supplement form. So they add to it. And that is that. And the enzymes, they cause chemical reactions to occur or to speed up ones that are already occurring. And so the 2 main enzymes in the endocannabinoid system is FAAH and MAGL. And I'm not even going to try to say those words because I'm sure I'll mess them up. And I would probably never say them the same way twice. So FAAH is an anandamide enzyme. And the MAGL is for the 2-AG. And what they do is they clean up the endocannabinoids in your system so that they don't stay longer than they're wanted or needed. And they recycle them and break them down so that your body can't use them anymore. And that's what they do. And And we talked about the receptors of CB1, which is in the brain and the spinal cord, and then CB2 is throughout the rest of your body, immune system and your circulatory system, in your gut, and all of that. And it's good, and it helps reduce inflammation. So we're going to talk a little bit about the 11 systems, but we aren't going to talk about all 11 of them. It's going to take too long. So I'm going to give you a couple highlights of how CBD and your endocannabinoid system helps maintain homeostasis. Okay, so we'll talk about the nervous system first. There are two extremes. There is either exhaustion or overstimulation, and those are the two extremes. And then, that right amount of energy that lets you do things without being anxious or overstimulated or feeling tired, that is homeostasis. And there's two chemicals in the nervous system. There's GABA, G-A-B-A, which is all capital letters, means something, which I would probably mess up when I'm trying to say it. And there's glutamate. And the GABA acts as brakes in your nervous system. It kind of calms the body down. And glutamate is the accelerator, man. It speeds things up in that. And so they're complementary. So when they're in balance, you have a good nervous system. The anxiousness and all of that overstimulation isn't there, or the exhaustion isn't there. And so if you have too much GABA, you don't have enough glutamate, and that, and so the ECS tries to balance it out depending on what you need. And, you can have short bursts of, high energy and stuff like that, but it does balance it out. And CBD in the nervous system is also found to be a neuroprotectant, and a neuroprotectant helps protect your nervous system, and it also helps fortify the nervous system from degeneration. And we're going to talk about the cardiovascular system next. The cardiovascular system, is the heart and the blood vessels and the blood, and CBD and that, whenever it gets into the ECS, helps with your blood pressure, because it does a couple things. It kind of reduces it, gets that to that right pumping pressure, and it also helps dilate your vessels, so it helps reduce the blood pressure in your body. And then there's the gut, and the gut is kind of like where the immune system is and the health. And it is the second highest concentration of neurons in the body, next to the brain. And the gut just has a role in all kind of stuff. It has a role in your immune system, has a role in the mental health because of all the neurons that are there. And then there's gut motility, which helps digest, helps get things through the gut, helps get different things through the gut, and it helps you efficiently digest and process things that need to be processed. And so CBD comes in, and it helps maintain that homeostasis for you. It helps move things along that needs to be moved along, and it helps with the neurons and all of that. And then there's the endocrine system, which are a collection of glands and organs, and they regulate hormones. And hormones regulate growth, and they help repair cells. And then hormones are also good for metabolism, mood, and sexual function, and some other functions as well as that. And the ECS is essential to maintaining your endocrine system, so that you have the right amount of hormones, you have the right processes going on in your endocrine system, so that you can have good growth, and that you can have things that need to be repaired, that their cells that are repaired or they're repaired, and that you can have good metabolism and stuff like that. And then we come to the immune system. The immune system is obviously, so when it's underperforming and it's not as active as it should be, that's when we're more susceptible to diseases like cancer or the flu or just even the common cold. And then when it's overstimulated, we end up with getting things like MS, fibromyalgia, lupus, and arthritis, some of these other autoimmune diseases, because that's whenever your immune system starts to attack its own body in different ways. And that's what causes some of these diseases. And so CBD helps your ECS bring it back into homeostasis. So it is at the right level. So it's not overactive and it's not underactive. It is, just right again. And that's what so it helps that. And then even in the skeleton, there are and there are receptors, and that helps with the bone density and the bone mass, so you don't get osteoporosis. So there are a lot of things that CBD can help, and there's a lot of things. CBD, the ECS, like I said, it's the meta system. It is the system that governs all other systems, and they've only been studying this for about 30 years. They discovered CBD in 1964, and then they discovered discovered receptors in the rat brain in 1988. So it's only been about 30 years, and there's still a long way to go. And there are so many things to study and figure out that we don't have all the answers yet. But I was reading an article. There was 295 uses, 295 things it does in your body, and so they compiled all these studies from like Washington State, the National Institute of Health, and some other prestigious universities and medical places, and they just found out 200 uses for it. So, and so it's good for you and it's good for your pet. Yesterday we talked about it. All mammals have an ECS, and so it helps everything maintain homeostasis. And CBD is really good for reducing that inflammation that you can have, like arthritis and some of the other inflammations. And it just helps out. We went through the whole ECS thing and how it works a little bit. I don't want to get too technical. I didn't want to put a lot of stuff in there. I didn't want to talk about different white blood cells in your immune system and stuff like that, and how all that works, and inside the brain and synapses and all that. And that is even more technical than I want to get into. But there's information out there if you want to pursue that. But I don't think it's good for just a little talk like this. So I just want to thank you for listening to this. And tomorrow we're going to have more. So that'll be part 3. And you can listen to that and find out even more about CBD. We're going to talk about all kinds of things, the history of CBD and the hemp plant, and how do you take it, the different forms there are, how much should you take, how does it work on pets. Well, we've been going through some of that stuff on pets and stuff. But we're going to cover all that kind of good stuff, and there is more information. So it'll be all this week and maybe all of next week that we'll do this, that we'll do these CBD talks on. So thanks a lot. And hey, have a great day. And don't forget, we have CBD oil. Yes, we do. We have Lazarus CBD oil. You can go online. You can call up 724-258-PAUSE. You can order it over the phone. All this stuff gets delivered for free, no matter where you're at in the United States. And we have great prices. It is good quality, full spectrum CBD oil. We'll even talk about, that's another thing we're going to talk about later, about full spectrum and CBD isolate and all of that kind of stuff. And we might even talk about how it gets processed and different kinds of processings and the advantages and disadvantages of each. I don't think anyone is better than the other, but they are different, and they do have advantages and disadvantages. So you have to figure out what's best for you. And we'll talk about how this stuff is processed and what we sell, and you can make your own decision, So don't forget, you go to situpdoggy.com, or you can call the Dog Emporium at 724-258-PAUSE. That's 7297. We'll be more than glad to take your order over the phone and ship it to you. And we're just happy to help you out. And we're happy to do these live streams here. on YouTube. We do them on Facebook. We do them all over the place. And we just thank you for all the support that you have given us. And you can always leave a comment below. You can ask us any kind of questions. I'll answer it if I can. And if I can't, I'll see if I can get an answer for you. So thanks a lot and have a great day.